Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines we have. Prime Minister receives the new Ethiopian ambassador. For the international scene, Tunisian migrants threatened to be deported from Italy. Welcome to our newsroom. Berhanu Tskaye Abera, the new ambassador of the Federal and Democratic Republic of Ethiopia to Djibouti, makes contact with the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, received this Tuesday, August 18, 2020, in his honorary Hall of the Prime Minister offices, the visit of the new ambassador, extraordinary and plenipotentiary of Ethiopia to the Republic of Djibouti and IGAD, His Excellency Berhanu Tskaye Abera. Ambassador Berhanu expressed his readiness to work closely with the Djibouti side to further deepen the long-standing relations, strengthen the existing strategic partnership between the two countries. Ambassador Berhanu also expressed his willingness to work in close consultations and cooperation with His Excellency the Prime Minister and other officials of the government of Djibouti. The Prime Minister, for his part, welcomed the ambassador and assured that government of Djibouti would fully cooperate and support the ambassador's effort to further strengthen the exemplary relations and the cooperation between the two countries. The Minister of Interior, Mumin Ahmed Sheikh, today received in his offices the new ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary of the Democratic and Federal Republic of Ethiopia, Mr. Berhanu Tskaye. In this interview, Ethiopian diplomat Berhanu Tskaye said he was proud to represent his country to the Republic of Djibouti, a nation with which we share historical and privileged ties. I pledge to work tirelessly to further consolidate the exemplary relations between our two countries. The Ethiopian diplomat promised, speaking in his turn, the Minister of Interior first welcomed the new ambassador of the Democratic and Federal Republic of Ethiopia. He then underlined the excellent historical, fraternal, cultural relations between the two countries, thanks to a firm common will. Our two countries are today an example of economic integration for these parts of Africa, said Mumin Ahmed Sheikh before conveying to the Ethiopian diplomat the government's full support in the accomplishment of his mission. As part of the preparations for the start of the school year for September 6, 2020, the Minister of Education and Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohammed Mahamoud, brought together all the actors of the schools in the municipality of Rasdika and Bulaus. Indeed, this meeting, which took place within the CFF, was attended by the Mayor of City Djibouti, the President of the municipality of Bulaus and Rasdika, the Prefecture of the city, the President of Civil Society, representative of the police, gendarmerie, representative of parents associations, and all the schools in these two municipalities. Also taking part in this important meeting were the neighborhood councils, local elected officials, associations working in the field of education. The main objective of this meeting is to set up a new partnership framework between MENFOP and the actors of the school through multidimensional platforms active and conducive to a dialogue and serene exchanges. For his part, the mayor of the city, Fatuma Awali Usman, for her part, welcomed the initiative of MENFOP. Then she mentioned the strong link and partnership between MENFOP and her department. She reiterated her commitment to be with the strategic activities around the school. In this sense, the Minister, His Excellency Mustafa Mohammed Mahamoud, in his speech clearly stated that the school is open to the community. Listen for more detail.
Aujourd'hui est un jour très important. Et un jour très important est un moment important dans l'histoire
Today is
de...
a very important day and an important moment in the history of the school in Djibouti. Certainly, that was also presented the reason for your presence. I am very pleased, if not very confident, given the active participation of all these beautiful people there, and especially the fact that today, this morning, we materializing that we recall, of course, the actors of the Djiboutian school. This morning, we will really point out why of the deep involvement or the fact that, of course, today we need you even more so that, of course, we can succeed in this transformation of the school for the past 2 years by telling us about the change and the depth of change that we want to bring about in our schools. And this cannot be done without your guidance, without your support. I repeat, without you, without your accompaniment, without your involvement in the life of the school, it will be really, really difficult and complicated to achieve this result that we, of course, want the transformation of the school. And to tell you quite simply, today and for some time now, we have been working in schools to make the various constitutions bodies effective. As you know very well, let me remind you again, as a reminder, in a school where we have, of course, the Parents Association, parents are represented. We also have what is known as a management committee. We also have parents who must also be involved in the management of the school. Yes, we also have what is called the school council. We also have parents who are involved. We have several consultation structures to allow us to question the school officials, to question where we together in relation to certain objectives we have set ourselves. The school must be a school that is open to its environment. We no longer want a school that is closed. It was the appropriation of the school. The school does not belong only to the Ministry of National Education, but the school belongs to the student. The school belongs to the teacher. The school belongs to the parents. The school belongs, of course, to the different representations of the community or the neighborhood. The school belongs to us all. Once again, I really wanted to thank you for this active and effective participation, of course, from all of us. You are certainly busy with your concerns, especially the mothers who are here with us. But you have really, by your presence, shown your commitment. And of course, you have given all the necessary importance to this meeting, which is a very important meeting for us.
The Minister of Health, Mohammed Warsama Diri, and the Minister of National Education, Vocational Training held an important meeting focusing on the means of preventive of COVID-19 in schools. It is worth noting the presence of the respective Secretaries General of this department, namely Dr. Saleh Benoita Turab and Mohammed Abdallah Mahyoub, who attended this meeting with several other senior officials. Indeed, the two parties discussed the strategy of reinforced prevention at the level of examination centers, particularly through the implementation of protective devices and barrier gestures during the conduct of the Baccalaureate 2020 exams. The ministers agreed on a large number of recommendations issued by the College of Medical and Scientific Experts who were present at these discussions. It emerges that the compulsory wearing of masks to all students, the strict respect of physical distance, as well as the reinforcement of hand washing devices were at the heart of this meeting between the Department of Health and MINFO. Finally, the two ministers decided to set up a bipartite coordination unit which will supervise all the appropriate measures and anti-COVID-19 preventions arrangements to be put in place ahead of the next school year. The United States presented a new RNA extractionist machine to the Minister of Health at a ceremony attended by U.S. Ambassador to Djibouti, Larry Andre Jr., and Brigadier General Damien Donalop, deputy commanders of the Combined Joint Task Forces Horn of Africa. The machine which will allow Djibouti doctors and researchers to study and test local strains of coronavirus and other infectious diseases. It will provide the critical technology in Djibouti in the Djibouti government strategy to combat the global pandemic. This machine complements the two PCR machines already provided by the United States to the government of Djibouti. This grant is part of the Department of Defense's humanitarian assistance program to reduce, prepare for, and respond to the risks of humanitarian disasters. The Djibouti Ministry of Health has requested the additional machine to enhance local COVID-19 screening efforts. This project includes 3 libraries completed this year and 2 health clinics that are currently under construction. The United States salute the perseverance and resilience of the people of Djibouti during this crisis and commend them for containing the spread of the pandemic. Listen to the Secretary General of the Health Minister, Dr. Saleh Benoita Tourab.
Je voudrais remercier au nom du ministère de la Santé, du gouvernement de Djibouti et
I would like to thank, on behalf of the Ministry of Health, the government of Djibouti and the people of Djibouti, the ambassador and the U.S. military, who have made efforts, knowing the reality of the country, to provide us with equipment to effectively fight the COVID-19. I would like to emphasize that these efforts are complementary to the efforts made by the government of Djibouti and are currently enabling us to limit the spread of the epidemic. Even though we still have a few cases, we have really tried to limit the epidemic at the moment and it is under control. We still have a few cases and we are making every effort to ensure that there is no outside introduction. We have set up testing stations at the borders so that people coming from abroad do not come in carrying and introduce them into our country. I would like to emphasize that the United States, through its alarmed embassy of course, is making a great effort to support Djibouti's development and also to provide social and health support.
To make your stays as pleasant as possible, the tourist camp of Dai Forest remains a destination is not to be missed, located just outside the village of Dai, just at the mouth of the forest. This beautiful and well-kept camp is very popular with expatriates during the summer period when the capital of Djibouti is white hot. Djiboutians also come here in large number and to enjoy the coolness and participate in excursions and other varied activities offered by the friendly hosts of the tourist Mecca. The Dai Forest Camp was founded in 1999 by Idris Ahmed, a local child from these villages, in order to contribute to local development, job creation, and indirectly to the promotions of agriculture, animal husbandry, and handicraft through the purchase of fruit, vegetable, goat, and handicraft. This former tourist guide, who started his project with his own saving, managed to make these places in a few years a formidable tourist site whose fame is no longer to be demonstrated. Today the site has several straw huts known as taboita, traditional interior. Sheets and blankets are provided. Hygiene is strictly respected. A modern sanitary block equipped with impeccable WC showers. The camp is also permanently supplied with water and electricity. The camp is nestled in the middle of a large green landscape with a breathtaking view of the forest. All in all, it is far from the luxuries of city life, but the environment in the middle of this fresh and wild is simply fantastic natures. The managers of the Dai tourist camp, Mr. Hussein Said, said that this camp was founded 20 years ago, and since then customers come here from all over the world. He also said that this camp can receive in one day 60 people as customers. He said that the Djiboutian customers came as many. Then the emergence of the pandemic of COVID-19, their activity are decreased. The managers said that they receive Djiboutian customers after the border closures. Many Djiboutians who traveled to Ethiopia and Somalia came here, where also the climate is pleasant. The Ardo Association of Reinsertion for the Development of Obok organized the cleaning of the beach of Obok. The day took place under the leadership of its dynamic president Ali Hassan Meike, with the participation of all members of the association with their means of board. The association to clean the beach of all household waste and while raising awareness among young people and residents on the impacts of waste on the environment, and marine ecosystem. As a result, the harmful effects of environmental degradation is on the health of the population. These kinds of community actions not only helps to fight against wars, but also consist of inculcating in our young people civic education and patriotism in order to promote the preservation of a clean and healthy environment. Summer animations continues through the months in the entire capital industry, organized by the Secretary of State for Youth and Sports in collaboration with several sectoral departments as well as the Olympic Committee of Djibouti. The RTT session last night was held at the city of Nasiba. The many Djiboutian artists whose young talent animate the evening in an electric atmosphere. New song and all hits were interpreted by the young talent. Many officials, including the State Secretary at Youth Hassan Mohamed Kamil and General Secretary Ms. Khadija Ibrahim Idris, the Chairman of Olympic Committee Ms. Asha Grad, attend the sessions in the presence of an audience in tune with the atmospheres of the evening. Within the framework of the opening of the sports activity, the Djiboutian Kung Fu Wushu Federation organized a big ceremony at the Goulet Stadium to start the season. The ceremony brought together parents of students, the leader of Kung Fu Wushu Federation, in the presence of its president, Mr. Muhammad Ali Umar, alias Lao Shimao. On this occasion of the numerous demonstrations presented by the adepts of the discipline, which knows a craze especially of the young people in the capital and regions of interior. The atmosphere was palpable with the music to punctuate the various presentations of the Kung Fu Wushu couple with demonstrations of Tai Chi present. After the opening sessions of the season of Kung Fu Wushu, we collected the reactions of the leaders of the federation, of which its president Muhammad Ali Umar said, the technical directors and the young person of the association. For the international scene, an increased number of migrants are crossing Tunisia to Europe. More detail within Musa.
Increasing number of migrants are crossing Tunisia to Europe. This is a problem that senior Italian and European Union officials need to address. They promised to support Tunisian efforts to create jobs and prevent young people from trying to flee the North African country. Meeting with Tunisian President Kais Saied and Luigi Di Maio. During their meeting in Tunis with President Kais Saied, the Italian Foreign Minister Luigi Di Maio said Italy was ready to help, particularly with youth programs.
This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us.